I do have a man who's just joined me in the studio. Harley, how are you, bro?
Yeah, good to be here.
Yeah, mate. So basically, I was chatting to you a while ago about Pigville, and I'm just going to give a bit of a rundown. It was you made your first film back in high school. You've been making films for about 12 years. You just got 250 grand from the escalator scheme, and just finished filming your new movie. It's not released yet, though. Do you have a release date?
Not yet. No release date as yet, but we're looking for sort of later this year or perhaps early next year. It's quite tough to tell, really, because getting distribution deals and what have you takes time. So
fair
we're
enough.
guessing.
Early next year, hopefully.
Yeah, it's nearing completion. It's we're just waiting on a few sort of dotting the I's and that sort of thing, and it's getting really close.
I like it. So basically, give me a rundown. How did Pigville Productions? How did it start?
Well, it started in part to do with a sick obsession with Dawson's Creek. It was 1999, and Dawson's Creek was on television. And for those of you old enough to remember, Dawson was a filmmaker, and he of course got with Joey, who was played by Katie Holmes, who is a good-looking woman, and Guy, who was the other part of Pigville. There's two of us in Pigville. He had a bit of an obsession with Katie Holmes, and so who didn't? And so after watching a bit of Dawson's Creek, in which Dawson's a filmmaker, he decided, hey, we should make a film sometime. And basically, how it all started was we were walking through the graveyard one day after detention, after high school, after one of our harebrained schemes went wrong, and the graveyard was just abandoned because it was much later than we normally walk through there after school, and Guy said, why don't we make a zombie film in the graveyard? And we did. We went out, purchased a camera, or Guy purchased a camera, I might say, and we made this film, Superstition Bites. It was terrible. It was terrible.
Back in '99, yeah.
Yeah, it was '99.
99.
Yeah.
Wow.
And, Pigville is his name is Guy Pigden, and my name is Harley Neville, and Pigden, Neville, Pigville. It was sort of it was a bit of a terrible name, but it kind of stuck, and now we're stuck with it all these years later. But we like it.
Right. So you've made quite a lot of films. I mean, you've got what, like 1.3 million views on Facebook, about 3,000 subscribers
on YouTube.
Is it on YouTube? Sorry. Has it been a while kind of coming? Has it kind of been a slow gain, or how's it been going?
Well, we've been on YouTube for something like 5 years, but only something like 900 probably a good million of those views have been in the last 1 year. So we've really taken off recently.
Nice.
Before that, we weren't really trying, and I guess we just didn't really have the skills. But sort of as time passed, we learnt a lot of lessons, and just our stuff got better, and then it sort of started snowballing over this last year or so.
Sweet. So you got this funding, this escalator scheme. What is the escalator scheme, by the way? Just for a bit of an outlook. So
Escalator was a new initiative by the Film Commission. It started in 2010. We applied. Yeah, the first round was in 2010. So we applied, and we managed to get it. We teamed up with a production company called 38 Pictures, and together applied for the money. And out of 300 and something or other teams that applied, we were one of the 4 that got the funding. And so we shot this film in early 2011. And it's been in post-production ever since.
So $250,000. Was that kind of like the figure that was always thrown around, or was it like you apply and they go, oh, well, here's $250,000, and you'll be like, oh, God, that was more than we expected?
No, it was always 250, because what they used to do at the Film Commission quite often was they would give one lot of $1 million to one established filmmaker, and he would go out and make a film. But it was kind of like putting all your eggs in one basket, and it wasn't really helping the future of the New Zealand film industry. So somebody somewhere, and I'm glad they did, came up with this concept of giving 250 grand each to 4 different up-and-coming filmmakers, and you had to have had a certain amount of experience, and
so they're not throwing the money away.
Exactly, but still had not have had received funding before, and we hadn't received funding before. So we were one of the lucky ones, and it was a good idea.
Is it a bit daunting though? I mean, 250 grand is a lot of money, and you kind of all of a sudden like, holy crap, look at our bank account. Did it kind of throw you off a bit?
Well, it would have if it had just been in my bank account. Probably I wouldn't be here. Probably I'll be in Cuba. But they put it all official, all through the production company 38 Pictures. They did all the really hard work. They did all the the accounting and that sort of producery stuff. So it was, we didn't really see much of the money ourselves. It was more like Guy, who directed the film. It was all in the budget. He needed X amount of dollars for whichever scene, and it got drip fed to him basically.
Okay, so and finding the your talent, your actors and stuff like that, was that? I mean, obviously, I watched the trailer last night, and you play quite a vital part in it. Was it kind of hard? Did you have any idea who you wanted to act in the film, or did you kind of have open auditions? What was the process for that?
Well, basically, we wanted to get some actors that hadn't been on Shortland Street. That was kind of one of our prerequisites. We just wanted to get some faces. We didn't want people to watch the show and say, watch the movie and say, oh, hey, that's that guy from Shortland Street. But this is New Zealand, and so in the end, probably I think 4 or 3 of the main cast have all been on Shortland Street. So
I was going to say, I watched the trailer last night, and I was like, oh, that's that dude from Shortland Street.
Yeah, exactly. That is what we were trying to avoid. But it's all good. Shortland Street's a great show, I guess.
Yeah, okay, so it's the idea I Survived a Zombie Holocaust is the name of the film. Was that like when you apply for the escalator scheme, did you give a finalized script to them and they say, we like this idea, this is how we give it to you? Or is it kind of like, we want to do a film, and you got the money and then wrote the script and decided how you wanted to do it?
Part of the process was you had to apply. You had to have 3 ideas for feature films that could be shot for under 250 grand. So we applied with 3 ideas, but not full scripts, just ideas basically, and we sent them all in, and they liked all of our ideas, and they told us that we had to sort of choose one. Once we got narrowed down to the next round, they said you have to choose one and develop the script, and we went with the zombie film because we sort of we felt it was our better idea, plus we felt it was our more commercial idea.
Right.
So yeah, that was how it worked. We gave them 3 ideas, and then they told us to choose one and develop it and write the script.
Right, so can you give us a basic, a little teaser of the plot outline right now? Is it, I saw it, it's a movie set gone wrong?
Yep, that's, jump on YouTube if you're out there, and if you look up I Survived a Zombie Holocaust, you'll find a 1-minute trailer there, so check that out. But yeah, basically, what a low budget, D-grade, schlocky New Zealand zombie film is being filmed in small town New Zealand, and meanwhile in a nearby village a real zombie outbreak occurs.
Right, and it kind of clashes with the set,
and the set is overrun. Decapitate with care. Who are the extras?
I like it, bro. See, because I watched it last night and I was pleasantly surprised, bro. It was very good, and it did kind of freak me out. The makeup. Who did the makeup in the film, man? Because some of the stuff was just superb.
Now, well, the lady, the head of makeup was a lady by the name of Bray Toyer from Christchurch. But there was a whole team. Obviously, being a zombie film, there was so many people that needed to be involved. We had hundreds of extras sometimes, and so we had a huge team of makeup artists, and they all did a wonderful job. There's too many to list. Julie Clark, I better drop her name in there because she did heaps. But yeah, there was heaps of them, to be honest.
Awesome, bro. Hey, well, I'm going to have to cut you short there, but if they want to jump on YouTube right now and check it out, where do they have to go?
Yep, go to YouTube. Our YouTube channel name is Pigville 2, but if you just search Pigville, you'll find us.
Love it.
So search Pigville on Facebook, on YouTube. Just Google us if you have to. Pigville.
It looks like it's going to be a superb movie. We'll catch up again when you have a release date. I'll get in touch with you anyway, and we'll find out when this is going to be dropped, and you'll come and have another chat about that, bro.
Sounds good. Thanks for having me.
And go check it out. Seriously, I Survived the Zombie Holocaust. It looks like it's going to be a superb movie. There's actually another 40 something else movies on there as well. Come and check out Harley. He's a good bloke.